Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about statistics. You have learned about this chapter in class 8th and in class 9th also. In class 8th, you have studied this chapter in terms of data handling. Now, in class 9th, you have studied this chapter in the form of ungrouped data. In 10th, we are going to study statistics in the form of grouped data. We'll calculate the mean, mode, median in terms of group data. But first of all, let's recall the few basic terms. Now, what is the meaning of statistics? The statistics term, it is a branch of mathematics which deals with, it's a three-step process. The first is collection of data. It is the collection of data. The first thing you have to collect the data or information. Second, you have to present that data. Now, presentation is done in two ways. One is tabular form. Tabular means you have to make the frequency table by making the tally marks you have learned in class 8 and 9. Then the second form is pictorial form. Pictorial form is by making the pictures. For example, pie chart, bar graph, pictograph, histogram, frequency polygon. These you have learned in class 9th. Now, this year in the pictorial form we are going to learn algebra, but CBSE has deleted that portion this year, but that is given in your book. Now the third step is analysis of data. Analysis means to draw conclusions from there. Which value is more, which is increasing, which part is having more area or more value. So this is three-step process: collection of data, presentation of data, and analysis of data. So when you complete all these three processes, then we come to the conclusion of the problem that the value is increasing or decreasing. You have seen when exit polls are conducted in before the declaration of the election results, the pie charts show the area like this. Suppose these sectors are showing the areas, the vote share of different parties. Now, if this sector is having more area, so this party A is going to get more seats. Now, this is the area of sector 2, that means second sector. This is the vote share of the party B, and this is the share of the party C. So from here, by visualizing only, you can draw a conclusion that the area of for party A, the sector area is more, then the value of votes of that party will be more. So this is the conclusion what you are coming across. Now you have presented data in the form of a pictorial form. So now we'll learn more things. Now here we are coming across a term called data. That is, it is the information. It is the information about which we study. For example, first one is, that is, rainfall in a city in the month of July. Second, marks scored by students in periodic test 1. Then third one is number of COVID-19 patients in different states. So we can have many situations like this, etc. For example, vehicles going on the road, then you can say height of the students. So many situations we can frame. So all these information, they can be called data depending on the situation given in the question. So now then, classification of data. Data can be classified. Classification. You've read all these terms. Classification of data. The first classification is on the basis of collection. On the basis of collection. Now, the first type of data is primary data. Second one is, this other one is secondary data. Now, primary data, the information which is collected by the observer himself. Now, if the observer is working on the data and he is collecting the information, then it is primary data for him or himself or herself. Secondary data, which is borrowed from other source. So, collected by observer himself. Second, it is taken from other source, borrowed from other source. Now, there is another classification on the basis of presentation. Basis of presentation. The first one is raw data and the second one is arranged data. Now, raw data means written randomly. All have studied about raw data. The raw data means the data written randomly. No order is followed. Whatever the value is coming first, you have written that. No order is followed. No rule is followed while writing down the raw data. Arranged data, that means it is written according to some order. Increasing order or decreasing order. As in the attendance register, your names are written. So they are written according to alphabetically order. Then the roll numbers are allotted to you. Now students, in the next video, we are going to learn about some more basic terms of statistics. Students, we will learn few more terms of statistics. Now, the first term which we come across here is frequency. Frequency. The symbol of frequency is Fi. It is the number of times a particular observation occurs or repeats itself. So that is known as frequency. Now the next term which we come across is class mark. Class mark. The symbol for class mark is Xi. It is known as midpoint of class interval. Now class mark can be calculated upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Then the third one is class size. The symbol is H. It is also known as width of the class interval. Now the formula for class size is upper limit minus lower limit. Now let's take one example. The class intervals are 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and its frequency is given 2, 4, 3, 5. Now suppose I want to calculate the class marks of the second interval. So class marks of second interval equal to 20 plus 30 upon 2, 50 upon 2, that is 25. Now suppose you want to calculate class size of the same interval, you can calculate 30 upper limit minus lower limit, that is 10. Now the fourth term which we come across is range. Range is equal to highest value minus lowest value, the least value. So for example, here the least value is 10, the highest value is 50. So range is, if you want to calculate the range of this data, that is 50 minus 10 equal to 40. Now students, after learning the basic terms, we will learn how to calculate mean. Now you have studied mean in class 8th also and class 9th also. In class 9th, we have studied how to calculate the mean in terms of ungrouped data. So let's understand the meaning of mean. So it is the average. It is the average of the given data. So now the formula which we have learned in class 8th and 9th, that was mean, the symbol is x bar, sum of all observations divided by total number of observations. This was the formula we have studied. This is a basic formula to find out the mean. Now we will learn how to find out mean in terms of grouped data. So that we are supposed to study in class 10th, mean x bar for grouped data. The formula will remain, always some modification will be there. Let's see. Now there are different methods to calculate mean in grouped data. So the methods are, first method is direct method. This you have learned in class 9th also. Second, assumed mean method. And the third one is step deviation. So students, step deviation, it has been deleted from the syllabus this year, but it is there in the book. So generally we are going to learn only two methods this year, direct method and assumed method. So first of all, let's see what is direct method. So direct method, the formula to calculate the mean is x bar equal to sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. Now sigma fi stands for sum of all the terms, and this stands for total number of terms. Total number of terms. Fi stands for frequency and xi stands for class mark. So let's practice some questions with direct method. Now students will learn the application of direct method in few of the questions. Exercise 14.1. Now the question, if you see, the class intervals are given to you, 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, and frequency is given. The question was, a survey was conducted in a locality to check how many houses have planted how many plants. So number of houses which have planted plants between 0 and 2 is 1. Number of houses who planted the trees between 2 and 4 are 2. Houses planted the plants between 4 and 6 is 1. So this data is given to you. You have to find out the average number of plants planted by each house. So when you've studied the formula of direct method, there you studied two terms. One was xi and one was fi. Fi is the frequency. So frequency is already given to you. Xi is the class marks. So you have to calculate the class marks. So how to calculate the class marks? Upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So the 2 plus 0 upon 2, that is 1. 2 plus 4, 6 divided by 2, 3. 4 plus 6, it is 10, 5. 6 plus 8, 14, and divided by 2 is 7. So look here, a pattern is followed, 1, 3, 5, 7. Now look here, the next number you can guess, that is 9. Now why we are adding 2? Because class size is everywhere, it is 2. Then 11, then 13. Now first of all we'll check how many houses were surveyed. The total number of houses, sigma fi. If you add them, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 5, 20 houses were surveyed. Now find out the total fi into xi. So multiply the corresponding terms, 1 into 1, 1, 3 into 2, 6, 5 into 1, 5, 7 5s are 35, 9 6s are 54, 11 2s are 22, 13 3s are 39. Now if you want to find out the sum of all the terms, I am having 20 terms, so sum of the 20 terms is summation of all these totals, that is sigma fi xi. Sigma fi xi, if you add them, you'll get 162. So now use the formula mean sigma fi, this is sum of all the terms, sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. So that is 162 upon 20, it is 8.1 plants. So average 8.1 plants are planted. Now we'll go to the next question. Now in this question we were given the class intervals and the frequency, and we were supposed to find out the mean. Now we'll take a question in the reverse order, where the mean is given to you and some unknown frequency you have to find out. So if you read question number 3, the pocket allowances for the children was given. Now the children who are getting the pocket allowances between 11 and 13, they are 7 in number. Those who are getting the pocket allowances 13 and 15, 13 to 15, they are 6 in number. So in this way the frequency is given to you. Now there is one frequency which is missing. The students who are getting allowances, pocket money between 19 and 21. So that number is missing. I have to find out that number. And in such cases the mean is will be given to you. If you read the statement carefully, the mean is 18. So now xi, first of all calculate xi. Xi is 11 plus 13 divided by 2, that is 11 plus 13, 24 divided by 2, it's 12. Then 13 plus 15, 28 divided by 2, that is 14. Similarly you can find out 16. Again a pattern is followed: 12, 14, 16, next number you can guess 18, next is 20, 22 and 24. Now I want to check how many students were there, or how many students, what is the total number of terms. So add the frequencies. So when you add the frequencies, now f is not a number. Addition takes place only in like terms. So add rest of the numbers. So you get 44 plus f, because f is not number. Some students write on 44f. That is wrong, because you have multiplied it. So whenever adding, so f cannot be added. So now 44 plus f, find out fi into xi. 12 sevens are 84, 14 6 are 84. You must know the tables. 16 nines are 144, 18 into 13 234. It is 20f. 22 into 5 110, 24 into 4, that is 96. Now again calculate sigma fi xi. So the total of all these terms. Now again 20f is not a number, so write down it separately. Now add the rest of the numbers because they are like terms. So it is 752. Now mean pocket money is given to you in the question, that is 18. This is given to you. Now we'll find out the mean by using formula also, then we'll equate. Mean is equal to sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. So 18 is equal to 752 plus 20 f upon 44 plus f. Cross multiply 18 into 44 plus f, 752 plus 20 f. Now 792 plus 18 f, 752 plus 20 f. Collect the like terms. So you'll get 2f equal to 40 after cancelling out the negative signs. So f comes out to be 20. So the missing frequency is 20. Now children, frequency, whenever you are calculating the frequency, it is always in whole numbers. It cannot be fraction and or in it or it is negative. So number of things are always in whole numbers. So it is f is equal to 20. Now students, today we will learn how to calculate mode. All of you have learned how to calculate mode in terms of ungrouped data in class 9th. So let's recall what we have learned. Mode. Mode, it is the observation. It is the observation. It is the observation having highest frequency. Now the observation which repeats maximum number of times is known as a mode. This you have learnt in class 9th. It is in case of ungrouped data. Let's take an example just to recall the things. Suppose 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 2, 3, 2, 7, 2. Now look at the terms are written it is ungrouped. So see which term is coming maximum number of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 is coming 5 times. So mode of the data is 2 and it is coming 5 times. So 2 is coming maximum number of times. So this we learned in class 9th. Now we are going to learn how to calculate the mode in terms of grouped data. So when class intervals are given to you, so mode in terms of grouped data, there is another name which is given to the mode, that is average of the most of, or average of, you can write an average of most of the observations. Average of most of the observations. Now this is your mode. Now in mean, the other name for mean is also average. Now here also it is average. So what is the difference? Mean, it's an average of all the terms. That means if suppose that if we are conducting a test of 40 students and we are going to find out the average marks of the students in the class, then we calculate the average of all the 40 students. That is known as mean. But in the same class, 5 students have scored the marks above 90 and other 5 have scored less than 20, and rest of the 30 students have scored marks between 50 and 80. So now we'll leave the students who have scored the highest marks and students who have scored the lowest marks. Now we'll concentrate only on those students where the maximum students have scored the marks between 50 and 80. So let's write on the formula. So we'll calculate the average of those students. So let's understand the formula first. So mode equal to L plus F1 minus F0 twice of F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now first of all I have to select the modal class. I have to select the interval, in which interval the mode is coming. So modal class interval, CI means class interval having highest frequency, that will give you the modal class. Now then the first term which comes across is L. It is the lower limit of modal class. F1 is frequency of modal class. F0. Now 0 is predecessor of 1. 0 comes before 1. So it is the frequency of class interval before modal class. F2. Now 2 is successor of 1. 2 comes after 1. So it is frequency of class interval after modal class. And the last is H, that is class size, upper limit minus lower limit. So children, remember this formula you can apply when the data is continuous. If it is not continuous, then make it continuous. You have learned how to make it continuous. So now let's apply this concept to the question of exercise 14.2. Now here in 14.2, the following table shows the ages of patients admitted in the hospital during a year. Now it is the data is showing the number of patients which are there in the hospital, and their age group is given. So I have to calculate the mode. You have to calculate the mean also. So mean you can calculate yourself by using the formula of direct method. So now, first of all, now these are the intervals and this is the frequency. So you have to select the interval having the highest frequency. Look at the frequency line: 6, 11, 21, 23, 20, 14 and 5. So which is the highest frequency? It's 23. So this is your modal class. Everything depends upon this. If you select wrong modal class, your answer will be wrong. So the frequency which is there, we have selected the class interval, that is known as F1. Now just above F1 it is F0 before that. Now below F1 it is F2. So F1 is 23, F0 is 21 and F2 is 14. So let's write down the values of the symbol. Lower limit of this interval is 35. Then F1 is 23, F0 21, F2 14 and H, that is upper limit minus lower limit, equal to 10. So fill up the values in the formula. Let's write down the formula first. Mode L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. 35 plus 23 minus 21 upon 2 into 23 minus 21 minus 14 into 10. 35 plus 2 into 10 upon 46 minus 35. So you'll get 35 plus 20 upon 11. 20 upon 11. Now if you calculate 35 plus 1.8, so it is 36.8 years. This is the mode. So students, today we have learned the application or how to apply the formula of mode, how to calculate the mode in terms of grouped data. So tomorrow we are going to learn about how to calculate the median. You can practice more questions of exercise 14.2 with this method.